With de Quervain's disease or de Quervain's tenosynovitis, as far as the treatment goes, I'm always going to do some soft tissue mobilization. And I love to use my thumbs for this work. It's myofascial release. We like to shorten the muscle. So in this case, I like to treat these wrist extensors and the brachioradialis. And the way I like to do that is I like to shorten by flexing the elbow. I like to shorten that tissue. I like to extend the wrist a little bit to shorten that tissue. Use my magic thumb, get into that tissue, and then I like to elongate that tissue and really create tension on that tissue. So shorten, pin it down, and then lengthen. We're trying to really elongate or lengthen these fibers. If we can take some of the tension off further up here, we can affect some of the symptomology farther away from the muscular tightness closer to the elbow. So we'll do several passes there. Then I love instrument-assisted soft tissue technique. What I like to do is I like to work this tissue in the orientation of the fibers. So these tendons kind of run north-south here. So I will start on the thumb and I will start mobilizing this tissue. What this is great at is when we have dysfunctional or injured tissue, it helps incite fibroblastic activity. What the heck does that mean? It's basically new tissue that's coming to heal the damaged tissue will now be attracted to this location, and it will lay in a manner in which the original tissue was organized. So we're trying to stimulate that fibroblastic activity to call the fibroblasts, the scar tissue, if you will, the reparative tissue to the injury site by working along the length of these fibers. Then I will also go across the fibers, so cross-fiber friction. This will really stimulate that tissue. In this case, I'm kind of going east-west across the grain. If you can imagine grains of wood, we're going to go across the grain of wood by stimulating up and down, east and west, across that tissue that runs north-south, if you will. And then finally, I'm always going to adjust. So in this case, I always like to look at the radial head here. We want to make sure that pronation and supination is happening effectively. If I feel a restriction there, I'll take that wrist into extension. We'll kind of fully pronate that radial head, and then just a quick little thrust through that radial head to liberate that, make sure that it's freely moving. And then as far as the carpals are concerned, we have 8 of them in the wrist. I always like to make sure that they're open and moving. So a quick thrust here to open those carpals, and basically I'm opening and spreading that carpal tunnel. And I may or may not adjust the joints of the thumb. It depends on whether or not those joints are restricted or not. So soft tissue technique, instrument-assisted technique, and then always finishing with chiropractic manipulation when it's indicated. Coming from Turquoise Trail Therapeutics here in Santa Fe, New Mexico, thank you for taking time out of your day to watch. Stay tuned. We're going to have some more videos that will show you some self-care that you can do at home to help you with this condition.